he's been able to do 8 straight top 20 finishes. You were here for 6 years with Coach Pop. What do you think about the program as he's continued to develop it?
The program, he's getting a lot of better guys have been coming down. It started off with our class being the #1 class, and then eventually the guys just see what we were doing and how we were, how the program was projecting to be on the rise, and they want to come down and be a part of NC State.
Inadvertent horn here, so hold on. False start, 5 yards on the offense. Jackson Arrington against Patrick Rowland here at 149 pounds. And Arrington gets right to work. 5 seconds in with the takedown. Yeah, you mentioned that. You were a part of a very special class here, right? 2016?
2016.
That's right. The #1 overall class. Obviously, you individually and the team going on to have tremendous success. How much pride do you have to know that, obviously everyone who has ever wrestled here at NC State is a big part of building up the program, but to know that your class specifically had that kind of an impact?
I have a lot of pride, especially the way that the guys really bought into what Coach Pop was talking about and how he ran the program and the outcomes. You see the guys are producing well. We have Trent doing well, All-American. We have Ryan being in there, Ed. Like there have guys on the NC State Wolfpack team that are at that point, but now they just need to make that leap of getting the AA.
Potentially dangerous here. And then you've got the next generation, right? The freshmen like Jackson Arrington, who's coming in and, boy, immediately having some success here against the redshirt junior Rowland.
Gonna be a pause, a little
First
bit of a
caution
pause.
here on Arrington. Freshman from Pennsylvania, coming off a loss to a top 10 ranked wrestler in Caleb Henson of Virginia Tech, lost by decision. He's wrestled some tough guys. A couple of losses to Milner of App State. And that's who got Rowland on Tuesday. He was pinned. Also lost last Friday to Carolina's Zach Sherman. That by major decision.
Stay legal. Stalling green, stall warning green.
And a stall warning here given to Rowland.
Stay legal. Work to improve.
Jackson has been working on top, looking to get that arm across the back.
Now, Rowland is a guy that likes to get a little funky if he can. But right now, he's been, for the most part, as he's able to build himself up here, but he was kind of flat on his belly.
Yeah, and that is credit to Jackson having that pressure forward. There's a lot of pressure, especially when you have that arm pulling it out and putting it across the back. So essentially, you're one-handed.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't look like fun.
No. So what Rowland would have to do is try to get that elbow back and get out of this position, because this is not a good position you want to be in for the first period, especially it being 3 minutes.
And he's already been hit with a stall. Five seconds into the period, Jackson Arrington with the takedown. And it appears he's going to get a ride out from there. Just ran out of time because swipes were coming.
Swipes definitely were coming.
So 2 minutes, 54.5 seconds of ride time in the first period. Here's the takedown right from the jump.
That has been a common thing with NC State wrestlers from the first 3 weight classes. It's going out, getting that takedown quick early in the match and trying to build on that lead.
It seems like that's been the point of emphasis. That's been the pack mentality, if you will.
Still green. One. We're neutral. Okay. Center.
What do you think of the job that Hayden's been doing, Hayden Hiley, that is hosting the podcast?
He's doing a phenomenal job on the podcast.
And when is he going to have you on there?
We have to discuss that later on at a later time.
Nothing here, neutral.
But he's doing a phenomenal job at it, and listening to him and his knowledge that he brings and the people that he brings on, and the conversations they have is just wonderful.
Very insightful inside the NC State program. Arrington with the takedown, building that lead. Ride time continuing, up over 3 minutes now.
Stay legal with it.
Right now he's trying to work that bar tilt. He has it reinforced.
Keep your bar legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal.
So he's looking to drive over that shoulder and get that left leg underneath. Secure back points.
Continue to work here.
Arrington younger, Rowland a redshirt junior, but he's been behind a fine silver, right? That's been a common theme for Duke. You got the four brothers, and so he's kind of had to wait his turn. So even though it's his 4th year, he's seeing more opportunity. And, this is his 23rd bout of the season, 11-11 on the season.
Still red. 1, we're neutral.
Oh, with a double.
Now he's in that seatbelt position.
You're neutral.
Looking to step over that leg step behind that leg. Oh, misdirection there. That was a great misdirection. He had Rowland thinking that he was going to step behind, but officially popped his head across and circled backwards.
Arrington continuing to attack here. All right, we'll take another look at that last takedown. You call it the misdirection. Take me through it.
So right now, Jackson, as you see, Jackson was looking hard for that step over that leg to capitalize, pull it up, shelf it on the left hip. But Rowland did not give him the opportunity to do so. So he capitalized and hit the misdirection.
I did not see, obviously Arrington trying to go optional restart there, and then I didn't see the escape. Now the escape is awarded. And so there was no takedown there. They never lost control.
Now we're back in that seatbelt position as we were earlier.
So now, oh well, that answers my question. I was going to say, do you go with the originally that step over? You go to the misdirection again? Or you could just run out of bounds?
Yeah. You look to switch it up, keep their opponent guessing.
Okay.
Switch it up so they don't get used to you hitting one move and they're anticipating that, and then that's when you hit that. That's when he used the misdirection to capitalize.
Center. Stalling green. Stalling
And there's
green.
a stall.
1.
Second stall point awarded to Arrington.
Rowland sprawled out. He wants to keep that hip down
We're neutral.
and circle. He's on his knees, on his toes right now. He wants to keep that. Jackson's in that seatbelt. He stepped behind
Neutral.
in this position.
Stay legal there.
Jackson wants to shelf it. Now I get that arm back, stalemate. That is the position that Jackson has been trying to find this whole entire match. Hasn't quite yet been able to use it or capitalize on it.
Stay legal. Wrestle from it. Center. Wrestle here. Wrestle from this. Wrestle out of it. Stalemate. Neutral.
And with 9 seconds left, stalemate.
Nothing.
With the bonus point. This is major decision territory. On the right time point, I should say. And it is another bonus point victory. Jackson Arrington takes it 10-2. Just consistent offense from the freshman.
Yes, definitely, and that's the key thing that's been making a big difference from this week than last week. He was more defensive last week, didn't get to his offense, but this week he switched the gear and he's been offensive and looking to score points.
All NC State so far, 157 coming up. Ed Scott against Logan Ferrero when we come back.